Hi and welcome to the channel. This is the third video in my series of videos talking about gambling, mainly horse racing really, but probably touch on a couple of other gambling sports as we progress through the videos. Today's video is about tipsters, paying tipsters, people you're going to pay to get some information, some inside information as maybe some of them call it, some betting tips. That hopefully over the course of a period of time, these all seem to be, these have got to give these people time. This time may be a course of a year. You may have to stick with this person for a year before you get some fruition out of your outlay. And most of these are level stake, meaning level stake is where you'll set your amount to start off with, i.e. If you join one of these services and you'll pay say £20 a month, you would want to get that £20 back straight away that month to break level. So you have to bet accordingly, and depending on how many points they reckon they're going to get you over the course of the year. Some of these got some wild claims, some of these got some realistic claims. And when I say points, every point is the stake unit you're doing. So if you're doing a £10 stake unit, 1 point is £10. So if they say, I'm going to get you a 30 point profit by the end of the year, it means 30 times that tenner that you're laying out each point. So 30 tenners, £300 profit, but don't forget you pay £20 a month for that service. So £20 is £240, so now you're only £60 in front. So you've got to bear this in mind when joining one of these services. I'm going to talk about some paid ones, some unpaid ones in this video, and my thoughts on them. And these people are onto a winner really. Some of them are a bit misleading. I'm not saying I know which ones are, but there are out there that are misleading. Are going to entice you in. What can they get out of it? What do they get out of it? And what do you get out of it? This is the kind of things I'll be discussing in this video, so just be a bit wary. But most of these are a monthly based thing. What I would suggest straight away, if you're joining any of them, is make sure you can get out easy. And most of these take PayPal, something like PayPal, where you can cancel that PayPal agreement. You can go to your PayPal if you set up kind of like a bit like a direct debit, but if you set up kind of like a direct debit through PayPal, it's nice and easy to get out. Where sometimes with a credit card it isn't. You ring up the credit card company and they can't always get you out under an agreement. So bear that in mind. Just a PayPal, maybe family and friends, something like that to this person, a 1 month, and don't pay for the year in advance, let's put it that way. But a lot of these are going to turn on and say it's over a period of time, and that's to keep you with them for that period of time. The more months you're with them, the more they're going to get out of you. And don't forget, once you're finished, if you get a bad tipster, a bad one, you may only be with him 1 month and that's the end of you, so you give him 20 quid, but there's going to be so many other people giving him £20 that he's getting his £20 pretty much for nothing really, every month off of everyone. I've had a few experiences myself. I'm going to tell you a couple of them as well, just to give you an idea what you're getting into. But pick one yourself. But here's a site here. Here's a site here. I don't know how good this site is. It's called Betting Kingdom that I come across. And on here, they do give a rundown of quite a few tipsters. I think if you go to tipsters, I'm on the horse racing tipsters. They do football, horse racing, golf, tennis, darts, snooker. And they just clustered, they've found out the information of all the different independent people doing the tipping, and put it on their site, and it gives you a little rating of what they think it is. And there is some reviews from other people. There's not many reviews, but there is reviews of people that use this service. And why is there not many reviews? I think there's probably two reasons. Either the tipster's not very good, or he's very good, and they don't want to say, this is brilliant. They don't stop giving out winners and keep telling everyone, then everyone's going to know about it. And we don't want everyone knowing about it. This is the thing. I'll come to this in the video. I'm trying to keep this one as short as possible, as I'm going to do all of them. So there's a little site here. I'm going to leave a link to that site and go and see, depending on what you're into, football, golf, horse racing. Have a little look, have a little rundown. I don't know, I can't verify this site or anything like that, so don't take it gospel. You can always keep things like, maybe it's true, maybe it ain't, but maybe it steer you in the right direction. I'm going to show you a couple of free ones on YouTube that I look at. That are interesting-ish, well, interesting, not interesting-ish, they're interesting, depending which way you want to go. So I'm going to show you them in a minute, but what I want to do is now tell you about these tipsters here. I'm going to scroll down. I'm not going to pick out any one in particular, like I say, there's 153 of them, not 100, there's 53 of them there. You could pick any one of them. What do they get out of it? So if you look at this really, this is the way I look at it. If you look at it realistically, well, I look at it realistically. You don't have to look enough at this. B's looking at it. I think I'm giving this bloke. Some of these are £10 and some of them are £50. They kind of vary in between that per month. So if he gives you a load of losers, he's got your £10 or £20. Right, he loses you after a month. That doesn't matter. He's still got enough people that's it's money for nothing. He's going to get some people along the line. A bit like these cold callers. Eventually they get someone to buy something. That kind of stuff. Now, if he's pretty good, he's going to keep you as well. So great. So now he's getting, say, let's say £20 a month. He's getting the £20 a month. His customers are building up. He may earn £1,000, £2,000, £3,000 a month out of that, which is great. Now he's on another benefit as well, because a lot of these tipsters, you'll find, don't give you the horse early. When I say early, they make false claims. They're going to turn and say, "Good, you're 16 to 1 winner yesterday, 20 to 1 winner yesterday," and all this kind of stuff. But you try getting to 16 to 1, you try getting to 20 to 1. By the time you found out, going down the local bookmakers, etc., that 20 to 1 shot's now a 10 to 1 shot. So you can see how this multiplies over the course of the year. All these 20 to 1 shots, someone's gives you suddenly only 10 to 1. So at the end of the year, when they're 200 points in front, they are, but you're not, because you've got different prices. So you may be 10 points in front, 20 points in front. There's something to bear in mind there. So they give you these horses, like I say, after the horse is bolted, so to speak, or some will make them to you where you can get that price. And they may be pretty good tipsters. There is good tipsters out there, don't get me wrong, it's just finding them. But also, you're doing them another favour. Not only are you giving them the £20 a month, they're sitting there knowing that if they've got enough customers, that enough people are going to start backing these horses, that the horse is going to shorten up. So they can back it. So they know which safe selection. I'm going to pick a selection. I don't know, call it Bob. Bob's the selection, and it's in the 230 Ascot. So I know the 230 Ascot Bob. I fancy this. I think it's got a good chance of everything. So I look up my computer, and it's now 20 to 1. So now I think what I do is I have £100 now at 20 to 1. Now I tell all my clients, which I've got a big base of clients, they go out and back it. Now that horse is only 10 to 1. So I've got the value, I've got the 20s, but I can get rid of that. I can now lay it at 10 to 1 to another person. So no matter what happens, I will win a 10 to 1 for £100. I will win £1,000 if that horse wins. If it loses, I win nothing, but I don't lose nothing. There is another way of doing it where I could lay it to a certain extent and keep a profit either way. I'll be talking about that in other videos, but I just want to give you an idea that I don't want to get too complicated in this one, but they make extra money there. So they've got your £20 off of everyone, and plus they're in a free bet situation. We're going to talk about free bets in other videos where you can do the same kind of thing. That's in other videos. Nothing's guaranteed, but it's possibilities, let's put it that way. So that's that. So now I'm going to go on to, just want to keep you wary. I think the main thing is you can get out after a month and try and look around, try and get some feedback somewhere if you can, look around the internet, etc. Be wary of false claims. For instance, someone may say, "I'll give you 140 to 1 double yesterday, a 10 to 1 winner," say for instance, I'm just guessing a little bit, a 13 to 1 winner, don't quite 140s, but it's near enough. 141 double yesterday, fantastic, but they're telling you to bet level stakes. They're telling you to bet level stakes. So you wouldn't have had the double in a million years, because their advice is to have level stakes. You would have had £10 at 10 to 1 and £10 at 13 to 1. So you would have gained 100 off of one, 130 off the other. You would have got £230 back from that. You wouldn't have had the 141 double, so a 10 at 141 would be £1,440. No, £1,400, £1,400. So you haven't got that £1,400. They're kind of like bragging about it. They could do a double yesterday, but your information isn't doing doubles. Your information is telling me to bet single stakes. So where's the double coming to it? You could have given me 5 winners yesterday. The accumulator could have come to 10,000 to 1. But you're telling me to do level stakes, so I would have won 10,000 because my information is to do level stakes. It's easy to boost things up, make them more exciting than what they are. So that's that. So this is a site that may point in the direction. Do a bit of homework, etc. Like I say, I've had 3 in the past. I had 2 recently and 1 a while back. And the first one I ever joined up was off of eBay. So what do you expect, kind of thing. But so this bloke, he's given all these winners out apparently until you join. And when I joined, he must have sent me about 6 or 7 straight away. They all got beat. Then once they got beat, it was clutching at straws now. It was like literally, these were through emails. A lot of them use Telegram now, a thing called Telegram. Sending me emails, and all of a sudden I was getting an email every 10 minutes was coming through. Back this horse, back that horse, back this horse. I said to him, look, stop. Like, say I was at work. There's no way I'd be at work darting out getting this. And he was just picking horses out of thin air, kind of thing. Just clutching on to saying it's just been backed. So it also may have been backed 10s to 8s, and he's emailed back this horse 10 to 1. Well, the 10 to 1 had gone, and he's only doing it because it's been backed. He's a bit of money for it. He thinks he's going to win, kind of thing. A waste of time, that one. I've got another one that gives about 10, 11 selections a day, which is quite a few really, but he's going by his own judgment, so that's fair enough. And he does give winners, he does give some big price winners. You're going to get some of these that give big price winners where they would only give one winner every now and again, but that also would be 16 to 1. But you only get one winner in about 15 bets or 14 bets, so you just got the edge just in front. Not guaranteed, obviously, but you will get people give you big price winners, and you'll get other tipsters who'll give you the short ones. You know, they may be saying like 5, 6 to 4. You're going to regularly pound these into you. That kind of stuff. So just be careful. Now there is one on here. It does mention that you have to have something that's over 100 bets, 200 bets a day. You know, when you look at it, it's only so many races, so you're probably betting 3 or 4 horses in a race. And this is probably a system that has come from that Bill Benter that I showed you in the previous video. The bloke who won $1 billion betting horse racing in Hong Kong. So it could be based something like that, but it's going to keep you on your toes. You're going to have to do a lot of work to get anything out of it. And again, I don't know how successful he actually is, but he is on here. So that is one there. So this is just a couple of free tipsters that I look at now. So I'll get rid of that. This bloke here is called Dave the Suit. Now there's millions of them on YouTube. I'm not suggesting you go over to see Dave or anything like that, but he does his own work. He does do a lot of own work, Dave. He looks into the race. He shows you some races where horses have been a bit unlucky, which a lot of people look at. They look at like how unlucky an horse is. It may come out of the stalls and swerve and have to be pulled over. Then he's got boxed in with an horse and all that. And if he had a clear run, it should have won by a length. And now next time it runs, it's a winner without a penalty because it should have won that last race. Most of the handicaps Dave does. So in an handicap, if you win a race, next time you race, theoretically you get put up in the weights. Sometimes you can get out quick enough without getting a penalty, but for argument's sake, if you win an handicap, next time the handicapper will give you a few extra pound. And we'll be talking all about handicaps and all that. I'm going to go through all the different races that are about to a certain. I'm not going to miss a few out, but I'm going to talk about the main races, what they're about, how they work, that kind of stuff. How you can kind of get an angle maybe on it and all that in future videos. It's all coming up. Now you must think, well, Mick, you must be making fortunes. Well, no, that isn't the case. But I don't want to give any tips out. Not tips, my selections any at the moment. I just want to show you something I'm kind of like. I'm doing something a little bit different, to be honest with you, as what I used to do. But we'll talk all about that. I'm getting some winners. Obviously, I'm getting some losers. We'll talk all about that. But just want to kind of give you some information that may help you out. You may not have taken no notes of me, but may give you some ideas yourself, kind of thing. So that's Dave. Like I say, he looks at horses that are unlucky and all that, gone down a little bit in the weights, and he gives his fair share of winners. So that's Dave the Suit. But he's a level stake man. It may be like £10 win. If you're betting £10 a point, or if you're betting £10 a point, he may say each way. So now you split your stake, so you have £5 each way. So the horse can finish in the first 3. And one more, I'm only put up Flat Cap Callum because he does things a lot different to most tipsters on here. Most tipsters are a single stake, like I say, they're betting every horse. You just have £10, just a single stake, level stake all the way throughout. Callum does it completely different. He puts up Yankees. All different things, payments, all that kind of stuff. Things where you go in the bookmakers, and we'll be talking about some of these bets. You go in the bookmakers, you get where we got a 5 spot here, a lucky bingo 17, a Union Jack, a lucky 15, a round robin, a Yankee. We'll be talking all about them bets in future videos. I'll probably just do one video, short one on each bet, give you an idea of what you can do and maybe why you should do that particular bet at that particular time. So and when it gives some winners. There's a lot of losers, but the thing is there's multiple bets, so one's going on to the other. So when you know a winner comes up, it does pay bigger than what it would do if you're paying that level stakes. So it's worth going over, look over. I'm not saying he's going to make you a millionaire or anything like that, but it's worth plopping over there because he's a big price person. He's trying to put out big price winners, which isn't easy. And just one more thing, it doesn't matter who I put up here and where you go, whatever. It's the hardest thing in the world picking out a winner. You could tip up a 1 to 3 shot for the next 3-4 races. It doesn't mean they're going to win. You know what I mean? It's the hardest thing in the world, tipping up a winner. It really is. It's hard. You know, it's hard. You know, and some people are lucky. You get lucky people about. When I used to work in the betting office, you just get people that are lucky. They just step in at the right time, kind of thing. They do a set kind of thing. Maybe return favourite means that the favourite's got to win the race, but they seem to walk in the bookmakers exactly the right time. And most of the time, the pub was opposite, and they'd be half pissed. Come in, didn't even know what day it was sometimes, and then we'll scribble it out and come up and put the bet on, and of course it wins. And then once they win, they walk out and they go and have a few more points. You get people like that, just like a little bit on the lucky side, where you get other people that ain't so lucky, kind of thing. So that's it. That's today's video. Just if you're looking at tipsters, I think be a bit wary. A lot of them give false claims, over-exaggerated claims, something like that. So that's it. Just that's today's video about tipping and tipsters and paying for them. Like I say, make sure you can get out and all that. And maybe if you do join one, another little tip maybe is if you do join one, it's only £10 or £20. Is let the first month go and see how many winners or losers you give. Just let it go. I know it's tempting to bet these horses. just let it go. You may miss a few winners, you may think, well, I've missed all the winners now, but it may give you some indication of how good they are in tipping horses, etc., and how it's working kind of thing. It may just give you an idea. That's it. I've got plenty more sites to show you, to give you links to, that's going to help you out trying to sort out winners. This is for people that want to study, going to study and going to get into it a bit deeper than people that just go around and maybe put a pin in a piece of paper, that kind of thing, or go by a name, etc. Just some more sites and some more bits and pieces. Going to cover so much stuff, I really am. Until the next video, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.